guys, with General Conference coming up next week, I thought it would be fun to teach the kids this silly little song I found last year. It's called the Apostle Song, and it's to the tune of the Hillbillies. I sung it last year and it was a hit. The kids loved it so much. Last year, what I did is I actually found baby pictures of each of the apostles, and then I put the apostles on the back so we could flip them and they could see what the apostles look like when they're little kids, and they really loved it. And this song does have hand motions, so that makes it really easy to learn. I'm not using this for the entirety of my singing time this week, but it'll be a fun portion at the end to get them excited about General Conference and to also help them get a little familiar with the prophet and apostles. So I did make this fun flip chart, and there are pictures that I found of all the prophet and the apostles kind of doing what they do as best as I could. Some of them I couldn't. And it's kind of fun. Can you see this one? Yeah, this one's in color. So as you get further along, we start with black and white pictures because they're older, and the younger ones will have more color, except for, I don't know if you can see David A. Bednar. No, you can't see him. But his is in color because it talked about him starting BYU, and I loved that picture. Anyways, if you need this flip chart, it is on my blog. I will put it there for you. You can print it out for free. And it's a fun little visual so that everyone can sing the words. Okay, so it starts like this. It goes, Russell M. Nelson helped hearts to beat. So you kind of touch your chest. Dallin H. Oaks in a judge's seat. So you could go like this or like this, like he's banging a gavel, however you want to do it. Henry B. Eyring has a lot of degrees, so we point to our head and we say, and that makes up the first presidency. Okay, I was just trying to make sure it was looking different. And I go like this, and that makes up the first presidency. So I want you to get a feel for the song, so we'll just do that part right now, okay? Russell M. Nelson helped hearts to beat. Dallin H. Oaks in a judge's seat. Henry B. Eyring has a lot of degrees, and that makes up the first presidency. So you get it, it's super fun. Okay, so the next part says, M. Russell Ballard was in auto sales, so we're gonna drive a car. Jeffrey R. Holland graduated from Yale, so don't think BYU, this is for Yale. And Dieter F. Uchtdorf, he loves to fly, so we're gonna pretend to fly a plane, that we're a plane. And then it says, David A. Bednar started BYUI, so we do an I. I will have a piece of paper on my blog too that also says all the actions if you need to see the actions or review it other than just using this video. Quentin L. Cook was a high school athlete, so he's gonna dribble a ball and shoot it. Okay, and let's just go to that point. Now, well, I'll do D. Todd Christofferson too. And then it says D. Todd Christofferson was in the Army, so we salute. Okay, so I'll just do the first part. I do have the music to this on my blog as well if you need the music. Okay, here we go. Russell M. Nelson helped hearts to beat. Dallin H. Oaks in a judge's seat. Henry B. Eyring has a lot of degrees, and that makes up the first presidency. M. Russell Ballard was in auto sales. Jeffrey R. Holland graduated from Yale. Dieter F. Uchtdorf loves to fly. David A. Bednar started BYUI. Quentin L. Cook was a high school athlete. D. Todd Christofferson was in the Army. Okay, that's kind of, we stopped partway through, but it was how long my paper went. So the next part is Neil L. Anderson worked on a dairy, so we're gonna milk a cow. Ronald A. Rasband served in New York City. I learned he served as a missionary in New York City, and his whole family had went somewhere foreign. I can't quite remember, but they went somewhere foreign. He thought he was gonna go foreign and he didn't. And he was like, what, is this really where I have to go? Stateside, New York? And then he got a strong testimony and he felt the Spirit tell him that that's where he needed him as he read the scriptures. And then he later served as a mission president in New York City. So how cool, he got to go back. Okay, so Gary E. Stevenson made treadmill parts, so you pretend to run. And Dale G. Renland replaced people's hearts, so we're just gonna do a heart. Garrett W. Gong is great at painting. And Ulysses Soares, that's kind of how you have to say it, Soares, worked in accounting, so we'll count 1, 2, 3. And then we go, now you know the 12. So now you know the 12 and the first presidency. So you could do it like that. Now you know the 12 and the first presidency. Or you could go, I think I also did now you know the 12 and the first presidency. You could do it that way too. However you want. Okay, so I'm just gonna start from the beginning because that's the easiest for me. Okay, so Russell M. Nelson, are you ready? Russell M. Nelson helped hearts to beat. Dallin H. Oaks in a judge's seat. Henry B. Eyring has a lot of degrees, and that makes up the first presidency. M. Russell Ballard was in auto sales. Jeffrey R. Holland graduated from Yale. Dieter F. Uchtdorf loves to fly. David A. Bednar started BYUI. Quentin L. Cook was a high school athlete. D. Todd Christofferson was in the Army. Neil L. Anderson worked on a dairy. Ronald A. Rasmussen served in New York City. That's the Statue of Liberty. I don't know if I said that. Gary E. Stevenson made treadmill parts. Dale G. Renlund replaced people's hearts. Garrett W. Gong is great at painting. Ulysses Ores worked in accounting. Now you know the 12 and the first presidency. Okay, I kind of struggle with the end, I'll be honest, even when I did it. But it's kind of quick. It's like, now you know the 12 and the first presidency. Okay, kind of like that. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Okay? Okay, let's see if we can do the whole thing one more time and hopefully I'll kind of get it. But it's like when you're singing it and the pianist is playing it, it's not hard to learn at all. And the kids, like I said, loved it last year. They had so much fun. In fact, one of the kids shouted out, "This was so much fun!" in the middle of it. Maybe shouting's not reverent and primary, but it's okay. We can have fun too, right? Okay, here we go. Russell M. Nelson. Russell M. Nelson helped hearts to beat. Dallin H. Oaks in a judge's seat. Henry B. Eyring has a lot of degrees, and that makes up the first presidency. M. Russell Ballard was in auto sales. Jeffrey R. Holland graduated from Yale. Dieter F. Uchtdorf loves to fly. David A. Bednar started BYUI. Quentin L. Cook was a high school athlete. D. Todd Christofferson was in the Army. Neil L. Anderson worked on a dairy. Ronald A. Rasmussen served in New York City. Gary E. Stevenson made treadmill parts. Dale G. Renlund replaced people's hearts. Garrett W. Gong is great at painting. Ulysses Soares worked in accounting. Now you know the 12 and the first presidency. Something like that. No, first, however you want to do it, really. It's totally fine. Anyways, they're going to have a lot of fun. So hopefully you can sing this. Feel free to watch the video again if you need to. But, you know, once you kind of get the melody of it, it's really easy. And I will have my flip chart up on my blog, as well as those pictures I was talking about where it's the older and the younger of them, so that you can use those if you'd like as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.